Good morning. My name is Doran, and I'm going to do a mini lesson on combining like terms. But first, let me introduce myself. I've been teaching for about 6 years. At the end of this school year, will be my 6th year. I'm certified in elementary education, K through 6, biology, 6 through 12, math, 5 through 9, ESE, K through 12, and ESOL, K through 12. For my 6 years, I've done inclusion teaching. I've also taught advanced classes, so I've done kind of everything. Currently, my position is a 7th grade math teacher. I do inclusion, advanced level 7th grade, and basic level 7th grade. I also teach a remediation course. I've also taught night classes for GED online. So that's a little bit about me. So let's go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to talk about combining like terms. That's a huge problem for a lot of 7th graders. It's really difficult for them to understand how to combine like terms. So in order to start our introduction on combining like terms, I usually do a small mini lesson and then we do a hands-on activity. I'm not going to have time to do the hands-on activity, but I will be able to do the mini lesson. So combining like terms, basically, like terms, let me go to the next slide here, are any terms that have the same variable factor. So we're not worried too much about the coefficient. We want to make sure that the variable factors are the same in both of those in order to make sure that we can combine them. So let's get started here. I have 3 columns. We have a column for the terms. This is what they would look like in an expression. Then we have the variable factors, and then we have if they're like terms or not. So let's take a look. Here we have, let me clear my last thing. Here we have 7a and a negative 3a. They both have a's as their variable factors. So yes, when we're simplifying expressions, we can definitely combine those. Here I have an x squared and a 12x squared. X squared are both variable factors and they are the same, so we can combine them. So yes, they are like terms. Here we have 6ab and we have a negative 2a. This one is different. You see how we have the AB and then we have the A? Those are not like terms. So in simplifying an expression, we could not combine those. That's as far as we could go. Our last example here is 7y and 4n. We have the y and the n, the y and the n. So again, those are not like terms. So if we were simplifying that expression, this is as far as we could go. So let's talk about an example and see what a very large expression would look like. And I'm going to show you how to group those variable terms together in order to make it easier. Okay, so here's our example. We have 7x minus a 2y plus a 6n plus a 4n minus a 3x plus a 9y. So you'll see as we look through this, we have addition and subtraction. We want to go through and we want to make everything addition. We want to use the additive inverse in order to make sure that everything is addition so we can move things around and use commutative property. So let's talk about that. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to take negative 2y and I'm going to make it plus a negative 2y and subtract a 3x. I'm going to add a negative 3x. Once I've done that, I can easily move my variable terms around in order to group them so that they're the same. So let's do that. So I'm going to start here with my 7x. I'm going to look down my expression, and right here I have another x. So these two are like terms, so we can group those together. So we have a 7x plus a negative 3x there. Go ahead and get a different color. Our next term is going to be negative 2y. Negative 2y, remember we don't have to worry about that coefficient. We want to only focus on that variable term. So we have a y here, we also have a y here. So those two terms are like terms, so we can group those together. So I'm going to have an adding negative 2y plus a 9y. All right. Our next term here is going to be 6n. Next term is plus a 4n. Because they both have n's, again, those are common terms or like terms, so we can group them together. So on the end of my expression here, I'm going to write positive 6n plus 4n. And now as you can see, I've grouped these terms. After you are grouping all your like terms together, then you can simplify those terms, okay, by using integer rules. So let's go ahead and do that. So a positive 7x plus a negative 3x gives us 4x's left over. So that's a positive 4x. Then we have our y terms. That's a negative 2y plus a positive 9y. Remember, you subtract them and keep the sign of the higher number. So in this case, 9 minus 2 is 7. So that would be a positive 7y. And then my blue term over here is a positive 6n plus a 4n. I combine those and I get a 10n. And then we can go ahead and put the addition signs back into our expression since we had everything addition. And this is our simplified expression as far down as we could go. Thank you so much. I look forward to meeting everybody. Have a wonderful day.